Uh, I wish very good evening all the listeners. Myself, Dr. Suhail from Department of Management Study, University of Kashmir. I will be presenting this paper on behalf of both the authors, Dr. Suhail and Mr. MUSHTAQ. The title of the paper is Impact of Financial Literacy and Financial Wellbeing and Evidence from Select Business School Faculties. Uh, Now, let me briefly introduce you about the title of the paper, about the paper. So, in this paper, we are actually taking two broader variables, two major variables, rather two latent constructs, higher order constructs. One is financial literacy, and another is financial well-being. Both financial literacy and financial well-being have been operationalized as the higher order constructs, where we have taken the sub-dimensions of financial literacy and financial well-being, and we have used a third variable, financial self-efficacy, which acts as a mediator. Now, the the problem of study is that in this area, very less studies have been conducted. There is a gap in literature where financial self-efficacy has not been studied as the mediating variable, and this study is targeted to a population of developing countries. We have taken Jammu and Kashmir, fine, which is an underdeveloped economy, and this has not been done in the business school faculties. This is the main gap of our research, on which our research is built on which this research paper is built. So we have two key objectives for this study. One is to analyze the impact of financial literacy and on financial well-being, and second is to test or to see the indirect impact of financial literacy on financial well-being through a mediating variable, which is financial self-efficacy. This is a proposed model or conceptual framework for this research paper. We have used a stimulus response organism, SOR framework or SOR theory for this model. Baseline theory is SOR framework. And we have operationalized financial literacy as a higher order construct consisting of three dimensions: financial awareness, financial experience, and financial cycle. Self-efficacy acts as a mediator, and we have financial well-being, which is a dependent variable, which further it has got three dimensions, three latent sub-constructs: financial preparedness for emergency, current money management stress, and pursued financial security. So our dependent variable is financial literacy, and independent variable is financial well-being, and we have a mediator that's financial self-efficacy. These are the hypotheses which we have formulated on the basis of the conceptual model which we have proposed, or which I have shown you in the previous slide. First hypothesis is financial awareness has a significantly positive impact on self-efficacy. Financial experience has a significantly positive impact on self-efficacy. Financial skill has a significantly positive impact on financial self-efficacy. These are the three sub-hypotheses, and we have one major hypothesis: financial literacy has a significantly positive impact on financial self-efficacy, and financial self-efficacy has significantly positive impact on financial well-being, and self-efficacy mediates the impact of financial literacy on financial well-being. This is a methodology which we have used for this research paper. Target population is the business school or management faculties in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir is a part of India, and we have taken this particular market, this particular target population. Then sampling process, we adopted a probability sampling procedure. We adopted a simple random sampling procedure because sample frame was available to us. We have the list of all the faculty members, business school faculty members or business faculty members in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. We have limited number of universities and higher education institutions, why we have got the list of respondents. Then the data was collected through a questionnaire. We have developed a 38 item questionnaire, and we have conducted a pilot study on that questionnaire where we have dropped few items, and we are finally left with 30 items. Some 8 items were dropped because they have the poor loading. And then pilot study was conducted where the instrument was confirmed because most of the items have been adopted from the previous research studies. So we have confirmed that in the pilot study, and confirmatory factor analysis were performed, and various um, scale reliability and validity coefficients were calculated, were analyzed, were evaluated, And finally, we removed 8 items from a 38 item questionnaire. Then structural equation modeling was performed to test the hypothesis. 5 hypotheses which we have formulated, including the sub-hypothesis, they were tested using structural equation modeling, and structural equation modeling was performed in MS. Then mediation analysis was also done because we have one objective which was related to the mediation, and we have one hypothesis which is related to the mediation, where self-efficacy mediates the effect or impact of financial literacy and financial well-being. Now this is a measurement model. We have total 7 constructs, fine, and we have got significant loadings for these. Are significant loadings are loadings point above point 6 and point 7. Mostly we take point 7, and we have got these loadings after maybe some items were removed because their loading was below the point 7 threshold, and model field indices you can see they are fine. These are the CFA results, by our study results. You can see the item loadings, standardized factor loadings, CFA loadings, and all these CFA loads are above zero point 0.6 threshold. Then AV value is given. All the constructs have AV value above zero point 0.5. Then maximum shared square variance value is given, and maximum shared square variance value is below average variance extracted. Then we have CR, composite reliability, and composite reliability of all constructs is above zero point 0.7 threshold. Then we have discriminant validity measures. Diagonally, in this discriminant validity table, we have square root of AV and below diagonal coefficient of correlation between the different constructs, and the coefficient of correlation between different constructs should be less than the square root of the average variance extracted. These are the CFA results, SEM results, and we have tested a hypothesis first and sub-hypothesis HA, H1A, H2, H1B, and H1C, and you can see from the results all these hypotheses are supported or accepted. First H1 hypothesis, when we take the overall of this H1 hypothesis, including the dimensions, that H1 or financial literacy explains 44% of variance in self-efficacy, and individually when we are taking these sub-dimensions or these sub-constructs, they explain 26% of variance in self-efficacy. Then finally we have the last hypothesis where self-efficacy explains 61% of variance in financial well-being. So these are the mediation results. Mediation was tested using Nasel's approach, Nasel et al. 2016 approach, and we have used 95 confidence interval with 3000 bootstrap resamples, and MS was used to perform this mediation analysis. Fine. Now, before performing mediation analysis, we checked whether the direct relationship between the financial literacy and well-being and self-efficacy and well-being is significant or not. And you can see in the results the direct relationship is significant, and the mediation hypothesis which we have tested using the MS, that also is accepted. Rather, it shows that it is a partial mediation. Fine, means and the self-efficacy partially mediates the effect of financial literacy and financial well-being. Now, these are the contributions and implications of this research. The study was conducted on the business school faculties only. This was the first type of study which was done. And second main contribution of the study is that financial literacy, impact of financial literacy and financial well-being through a mediator, that's financial self-efficacy, was done by this study, which was not reported in the literature previously. Also, we have used the subjective measures to evaluate the different constructs. We have used different constructs of financial literacy and financial well-being. We evaluate those constructs on the basis of the subjective measures. Then the findings of this study can be used to develop different educational programs in educational institutions, which will help in inculcating the sound financial behavior among the youth, among the students. Then we can use, or the managers can use these findings in developing policies and strategies for their different programs in their departments or in their organizations. Thank you. Thanks a lot. God bless you.